there. This is Barbara Groark of WCFA 101.5 FM, Cape May Radio. And this morning we have the WCFA Spotlight on two world-renowned musicians who are going to appear in Ocean City. So we have Samir Chatterjee. He's a Tabla virtuoso from India. He travels the world every year performing in festivals as a solo and with other artists, including jazz artists, Branford Marsalis, and many more. He has performed at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony and at the UN General Assembly. We also have Pamela Whitman. She has performed throughout the world also in culture exchange projects with the Himalayan Kingdom of Nepal. She's traveled to Peru, and she just likes flutes from around the world, flute-like instruments from around the world, right, Pamela?
I sure do.
And she'll go anywhere. Tell us about the Season for Nonviolence concert.
Sure. We are going to be playing at the Ocean City Library, and that's going to be on March 22nd at 7 p.m. It's going to be in the lecture hall. And this is, as you said, the Season for Nonviolence, which was established in 1998 by Arun Gandhi, who is the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. And it's an annual 64-day grassroots and educational movement. It's a time to remember the teachings and lives of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. and other peace leaders. So Samir and I are going to be playing the music that reminds us of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. and other peace leaders. We'll be doing a couple of Gandhi's favorite songs. And because, of course, we've got Samir on the tabla, so there'll be a heavy emphasis on Gandhi this time.
Samir, the tabla is that small hand drum or set of drums?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, and what are Gandhi's favorite songs?
He was a worshipper of Rama, and so he used to love Ram bhajans, the devotional songs dedicated to Lord Rama. And Rama is one of the avatars, the incarnations of Lord Vishnu, the sustainer. Vaishnava Janato, which is also going to be part of our repertoire in this concert, was one of his most favorite ones. And these bhajans, India has been geographically, culturally divided in north and south. But these compositions, these songs, are widely not just appreciated, but also chanted throughout the nation, irrespective of their base language, because Indian language is quite varied. The North Indian languages have their root in Sanskrit, and then all other languages in the south have their roots in Dravid language, which are quite different, Sanskrit and Dravid. So there was one movement when they tried to make Hindi as the national language of India, that southern states said, no, we don't speak Hindi. But when it comes to these songs, everything is overruled, because these are the songs of the spirit. And it crosses, goes beyond language barrier, melodic barrier. The thematic content of these songs is so rich. In Vaishnava Janata, for example, the first word Vaishnava is referring to Lord Vishnu, the nobleness in every human being that we would like to see. Quite appropriate for this occasion.
The sound of it, I guess, can be understood no matter what your language. Yeah. And Samir, you've been teaching, have you been teaching in New Jersey for 35 years, or is it just your home base is in northern New Jersey right now? Right?
Yeah, I'm speaking to you from Nutley, New Jersey. I have been here since 2000. So before that, I used to live in Queens, New York.
New York, okay.
Yeah, and so I moved to this country, settled down practically since 1998, July 1994, sorry, July 10th, 1994.
Precisely.
And then I started, precisely. And then before that, I was touring North America, Canada, and America, and then other countries of the Europe. But settling down in the USA, it was a wonderful story that one of my American students, friends, he invited me with the hope that if I moved here, I will grow something out of the interest and enthusiasm that already existed in Indian music. And the fruit of that, all the efforts we put in together, is that we have a wonderful center for Indian music by Times Square. It's a beautiful venue where we offer classes and concerts every Saturday evening almost. But my teaching started pretty early in my life when I was perhaps not qualified to teach, but I just wanted to try out. So pocket money, So I was only 18 at that time. And now I'm 68, so you can add up and see.
More wisdom now.
and teaching others, it's a good way to teaching yourself.
That's a pearl of wisdom, all right. And Pamela, you travel the world as
Yes.
well. Tell us about your work with the Dakota tribe.
Oh, that's going to be coming up next month in April. I'm going to be going to collaborate with a Dakota flutist named Brian Akipa. We've received a grant from the South Dakota Arts Council. It's called a collaboration grant, where a South Dakota artist collaborates with a non-South Dakota artist. So that's the New Jersey artist in this case. And we have been given funding to join together and visit 10 tribal schools on the reservations throughout South Dakota and perform for the children. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you've been to Peru working with a gentleman down there as well?
Yes, in 2022, I visited Peru twice. I collaborated with Cesar Villalobos, who is a panpipe player. The first trip was initially planned for 2020, so as you can imagine, that was postponed. And while we were waiting for the coronavirus to settle down enough for the trip to happen, we created an album remotely. We sent music files back and forth. And along with my writing partner, Rich Kurtz, we made an album called Spirit of Peru. And so by the time I got there, and I brought a group with me, by the time I got there, we already had an album together. Cesar took us around. We visited all kinds of wonderful sites like Machu Picchu and that kind of thing. And then after doing the sightseeing, he brought us to northern Peru, a rural area where he had a house and where he grew up. I got to perform with his group in a big public concert. And then the next day, we played a smaller concert in a small performing arts center, Casa Cultura, that he established there. Each of the people that came on the trip gave a message to the audience, and Cesar translated it. And then he played, and I played, and then a youth artist played. And then we all danced with the audience. It was so fun. I had suggested to each of the travelers that, and they all loved this idea, that they bring a second suitcase with clothing to donate, to give away to people in need. One of the women brought a suitcase full of school supplies for the children. So we had this giveaway after that event. And we also, and Cesar said, this is wonderful, but what some of the people actually really need is food. So when we heard that, we said, oh, take us to the grocery store. So, so we gave out groceries and we had refreshments for everyone. And we had such a great time. And Cesar said, at Christmas, I give a Christmas concert and party like this where I give away Christmas gifts to the children. So I said, well, I'll be back at Christmas then, obviously. So then I went back at Christmas time, and through my nonprofit, Compassionate Heart Productions, I did a fundraiser. And because of the generosity of the people that contributed, we were able to visit 3 rural villages and give out the Christmas toys to the children and play Christmas concerts. And then we did another collaborative album, The Spirit of Christmas, also with Rich Kurtz.
That's a lot of activity in the last year. I like the idea that you brought up the word dance, because I was going to go back to Samir. A lot of Indian music is for dance, right?
That's true.
I noticed that in your little summary here, there's something about a blend of Indian and flamenco dance music. Indoflame, tell me about Indoflame.
The flamenco dance, as you know, it kind of flourished in the south of Spain, Andalusia, and the gypsies originated from India, from Rajasthan, and then they followed the Silk Road and arrived there. So there's that historical connection between flamenco and Indian dance, Indian folk arts, Indian folk music.
Fascinating. That's a lot of traveling too, from India to Spain.
By
They
road.
they had to keep moving, I guess. Is that an album or something people can find online?
Not
Or
yet
is it
recorded, but we do go out and do perform in shows.
it's a performance thing? So look out for that. Indo Flames. If you can find Samir, make sure I say this name right. Chatterjee.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Even I can't pronounce it that well. Thank you.
Tell us more about the concert then coming up. It's such a blend of cultures, Indian and American. Also the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
And the Lakota flutist and peace advocate Kevin Locke. These are pieces of music that you're choosing from these various cultures. So tell us about what's coming up on the concert.
Okay. Well, originally I had been putting together a grant where Kevin Locke, a Lakota friend of mine, was going to be collaborating. Samir and Kevin Locke and I were going to be collaborating together on a project here in Cape May County. But Kevin passed away. So yeah, and I was disappointed that our local audience was not going to get to enjoy his performance. So we're dedicating a song to him, and we're going to play a song that I learned from Kevin. And Kevin was a Lakota flutist and peace advocate and hoop dancer. So I'm going to be talking about him.
He dances with a set of hoops.
Yes, 28 different hoops. Yes. And I met him first when I played in the South Dakota Symphony. And because we share this common goal of promoting the oneness of all humanity and bringing together the people from all races, we have collaborated over the years. And I actually brought him to Nepal as part of that cultural exchange program. He brought us hoops and he was teaching the Nepalese to hoop dance. It was really beautiful. But people can learn more about him. There's a book about his life called Arising, and he was really a beautiful artist. So I really wanted to honor him by playing the picture song. And local audiences have heard me play that song before, but they don't really know the story behind it, that I learned it from Kevin Locke. So I really wanted to honor Kevin. And we're going to have a video about Peace Pilgrim, because I thought it was important to honor Peace Pilgrim, who is from our area. She was born in Egg Harbor City.
That's a person.
Right.
Okay.
Her name is Peace Pilgrim. And she was a female peace leader who walked around the country talking to people about peace. That's going to be really fun, letting people know about her. So we have that video.
Wonderful. What segment do you have for Dr. King?
Sure. I wrote a song for Dr. King called Beloved Community. And there are actually some snippets of his voice that are embedded in the song. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be fun. And then we're going to, of course, we have to end up with This Little Light of Mine. I'll talk about how King was influenced by Gandhi, heavily influenced by Gandhi. And we'll have a song for the Dalai Lama.
Non-violence, as you all know, just as a reminder, needs a lot of strength, much more strength than muscular, mental strength and stamina. What he endured to exemplify through his life and efforts. That's what perhaps impressed everyone throughout the world, including Dr. King. Nonviolence or peace basically is a state of mind. And to cultivate that and to maintain that, to preserve that, and then have it spread throughout the society. I don't know how far we have been able to achieve all of that, but obviously not.
It's a very ambitious goal.
Yeah. Because maybe, violence is somewhat part of human nature. I don't know how we inherited that. maybe out of self-defense as we started being on this planet, But whatever it is, every now and then we see the tendencies towards violence popping up in our mind or aggression, and for different reasons, not just one. We need these reminders again and again, almost on a regular basis. It doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't get us anywhere. It just destroys and interferes with the growth of our civilization.
And that's civilization around the world, right?
It's just one human race sharing this planet.
We have to remember that peace is what we really want. I would really like to thank the people who are making our concert possible, the Ocean City Library who's hosting us, and funding has been made possible in part by the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, Department of State, the National Endowment for the Arts, and the Cape May County Board of County Commissioners through the Cape May County Division of Culture and Heritage. Without them, we couldn't be doing this, so we're really grateful to them.
And I'm pretty sure without them, this radio station wouldn't be on the air either. So we appreciate those entities also.
And we appreciate you for helping us to spread this message. Thank you so much, Barbara.
You're welcome.